Sophia here from My Great Challenge. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a day in the life. We're actually at the Morris Museum. We've never been here. It's only half an hour away from the house. The reason why we're here is because there is an exhibit on automatons, and you know me with clockwork. It's apparently the largest collection of automatons in the United States. I'm super excited to see it. And the other big news is that I'm getting wood chips today for my garden. So we're going to check out the museum, probably go out for lunch, and maybe I'll make dinner tonight. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So come along, let's go check it out. So we're going to this room first. There's an automaton in there. I believe it's called the Turkish Player or something like this. And it's a chess player who's entirely automated. Look at this thing. So basically these are all automatons, and they are just like music boxes. They work on clockwork gears and mechanisms. Here are all of their musical instruments, pianos. They all crank basically, but everything you're going to see is an automaton. And back in the days, we're talking 1700s, 1800s, they were very, very popular. This is the music room where they have all the mechanical pianos and other instruments.
What is it? Is a chair?
Look at this.
You sit down and play music.
That is fabulous. Look at the inlay on this ebony. And you can see in the mirror the drum that would play the music. So we got here right on time. We're actually going to have a demonstration of some of the mechanical instruments here and automatons. I guess they do that on a routine basis, maybe on the weekend only, I'm not sure. But we're waiting 9 minutes, so you're going to get to see some of the automatons in action. So exciting.
Guinness is, of course, a member of the Irish brewing family. Everybody knows the name Guinness. This is the biggest piece he collected. He had everything stored in 2 townhouses on New York's Upper East Side. He lived in one of them and stored the collection in the other one. This is the largest. This is the kind of thing you might find in a beer hall or some other such a situation. It originally required a coin to make it operate it. There's a small coin slot on the far side. There are many ways that these things get their instructions on what to play. This one works with a perforated roll, such as you might see in a player piano or some such device. I'm not going to leave this open because I want to close the doors so they don't get in anybody's way. If you walk around to that side of the machine, excuse me for my back, the side is off, and you'd be able to see some of the instruments inside this machine. For instance, there's a xylophone right about here, and you have to be tall enough to look down to see it if you're looking for that. You'll notice very quickly, if you go to the side and look, there's a Venetian blind affair at the top. This is sort of a swell. It helps to amplify the sound in the bigger moments or subdue the sound slightly in the quieter moments. This is loud. The bellows are obviously powered by an electric motor. Now, as I said, this is the largest of the machines he collected. Some of the smaller ones are over in a cabinet we're going to pass by right here, one of which is a ring, which is mechanical, has a little scene on it, and it does contain a small music box. But while this thing is rather loud, the ring, of course, is quite quiet, and you wouldn't be able to hear it unless you held it up to your ear. Anyway, let me get back in here so I can turn it on. When I turn it on, it will light up. This will light up. The waterfall should become visually activated, and there's a train that goes across the top. This roll lasts a little while. It's the shortest roll we have, and I always like to go all the way to the end. So here we go. Oh, the train is stuck. Apparently the belt has slipped again. I have to tell Jerry to fix it again. This happened. As we go back this way, shortly we'll come upon a photograph, which I always like to point out, of a family sitting in a dirt farm, South Dakota, Kansas, Idaho. I mean, I have no real idea. And the reason I point this picture out, you'll notice at the foot of the matriarch of the family a small organette music box. Now, originally, of course, music boxes were really quite expensive, but they found ways to make them easier and cheaper, and so the people with lesser means could afford them. And they were prized possessions, you know, for a while, because it was something to have. It was essentially a luxury item.
This is what I really came for. These are all the automatons, and they are basically geared dolls, and they each have a specific display. Like, for instance, this one you can see, this is probably one of those where it has the little handkerchief over the hat, and then the little cat comes out. They are so old, none of them are actually being put on display and live. This one is from 1895 to 1900s. Let's see, this ballerina is from 1910. I can imagine she probably was twirling and dancing with music. And most of them are French, by the way. Some Americans and German. This one is from France, from the 1880s. And it's a little dancer with what appears to be a monkey playing an organ. So you would crank it right here with the key on the side, and just like a music box, it would start playing music. But the characters would dance. And then some of them, a lot of them actually were magicians. So this one probably had a ball on one side, and then it disappeared on the other side. Willie, how old is this one? I can't see.
1890.
1890. Okay, here's another one that's probably an acrobat. I love their faces. I'm not a fan of clowns, but I love their faces. How old is this one?
1910.
1910. Look at this one, 1885. More 1890s. They have a fabulous collection. Oh, what I would give to actually see them in action.
particularly like to explain. This one with the girl with the orange dust mop, she's dusting off a portrait. Well, the portrait is animated, and at a certain point, the portrait effectively sneezes, and she throws her arms up in astonishment. That's all it does. These things are very simple, mild amusements. Another one over here is the young fellow trying to take a picture of the girl seated on the stool. Every time he gets his head under the black cloth, she holds up a mask of a pig, which of course tends to confuse him, and he pops back out and looks over and say, what, you know? And the most interesting one for me is the young fellow sitting on the cabinet there. Oh my gosh, yeah. There's a lot that happens there. When the instrument starts out, all the doors are closed. He reaches up, the door opens, and the canister that you see with a woman's face on it is turned away from you, so it's just simply a crockery cylinder, like a cookie jar. He reaches for it, the cylinder spins around, and the grandmother visage chews him out for like, no, Johnny, you're not supposed to do it here. What do you think you're doing? Whereupon he promptly sticks his tongue out at the canister, and then to top it all off, you have a mouse that jumps up on top of the red apple in the lower corner. And that's really good.
Oh, look at the one over there. I didn't see that one. So these were basically toys that people would purchase, and
they would move on their own.
They move on their own because they are on clockwork mechanism with gears and all of that stuff, and they all have, again, a music box attached to them. I gotta tell you, the geisha is my favorite. I think she's gorgeous. Can't get over this. My goodness. I'm going to remove my mask for a second because it's just us in this room. I am in awe. They are absolutely phenomenal. They are so well made. And think about the time. These are 100, 150 years old. The minutiae, the patience, the craftsmanship, and apparently every single one of them still works. I just showed you videos that they are putting on display here at the museum where you can actually see them in action. Man, I would love to come back here and be in the behind the door process of how they repair them, clean them, maintain them. This is fabulous. I noticed there's a lot of clowns and a lot of circus type entertainment, which I'm wondering why. I guess that was the fashion and the exotic aspect of it. But can you imagine the amount of money people were spending back in those days to have this as a toy, or well, it is a toy for their home. These had to be for exceptionally wealthy people. Unbelievable. I am loving every minute of it. So, of course, the Morris Museum offers an art gallery. These are some fabulous paintings. I love that. This is all gray. Look at this. Superb. I love landscapes. Portraits and landscapes are my favorite type of paintings. So here's a room that's going to make me very happy because it's nothing but portraits. And I love them. I just love portraits. Some people don't like them because they're very static. Look at this gorgeous room here in the Morris Museum. And this is all portraits. fabulous. Is that a portrait of Washington? Looks like him. Who's this lovely lady?
And here we go. I think you'll be able to hear expression as the piece goes through.
So this is the current exhibit, Naturally Sensed Motion Perceived. This is all metal artwork, very brutalist type. Love that. Love, love, love that. Oh, look at this. That's different. Oh, it moves. How cool. Okay, so now this is the Native American collection, and there was Indian tribes. I know we have the Lenape Trail here in Jersey, right by my town. I hope I get to see some beadwork, yes. Oh, look at this. How wonderful. So for those of you who enjoy going to museum, but we've been in lockdown for so long, New Jersey just opened up. I hope you appreciate the opportunity to get to see something a little bit different. I know I'm going fast. I could spend hours in this museum. It's not large. It has just what you need. This looks like a child's vest. It's all beadwork and a little cradle. And a chief's hat. Oh, this is great. So in New York City, by Bowling Green, there's the Museum of American Indian History. and it has pretty much all the tribes, including South America. If you guys are interested, I would love to go back. I haven't been there in 30 years, but if you guys are interested, I will take you gladly to go see that museum, because what you see here is just a snippet of what they have. They have Alaska, they have everything, totems, you name it. Amazing beadwork, amazing leather work, baskets, jewelry, like they have right here. So comment down below, let me know if you want me to go to that museum, in a couple of weeks. I'll gladly go and film if they allow you. I'm sure you would appreciate that. Some of the pottery here is absolutely gorgeous. Look at this thing. This is really, really neat. Well, this was great. We had a great time. I hope you enjoyed the music. I hope you enjoyed the automatons and a little bit of the art that I showed you. I am unfortunately running out of battery because I did way more footage that you're going to see. Some of it I just archived for future use. We're going back in the car and we're going to try to find a place to eat. And because it's 3 o'clock already. And then we got to go home and see the wood chips. So the rest of this is probably going to be filmed on the iPhone. I'm going to use a little bit of my camera battery here to show you the inside of Morristown. It's an old town. It's the county seat, I believe, for for Morris County, obviously. We found the Morristown Diner. We're going to keep it simple, try to have burgers and salads, and that's about it. Okay, I've picked what I want already. I'm going to have the cranberry blue salad, mixed grilled topped with cranberries, walnuts, crumbled blue cheese, and balsamic vinaigrette, and I will add grilled chicken to it. Hey, what did you like about the museum?
I liked the thing where it was just a bunch of magnets and things.
Oh, you like that electronic thing?
Yes.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Ed, what did you like about the museum?
I liked what Willie liked. I also like the giant train area.
The giant train area?
Yeah.
Oh, and the ghost piano.
The ghost piano. Okay. All right. Scott?
The train set was cool.
The train set? It's funny because I wasn't there.
Good thing I put it on video, right?
Yeah, thanks.
I also have it.
You also have it?
Yeah, but he filmed it vertically.
You filmed it portrait, didn't you?
Yeah, he did.
Never.
Oh, that's all right.
I filmed a portrait. I'm awesome like that.
The only
Okay.
time you're allowed to film portrait is if you're making a TikTok.
Listen to me. No.
Well, I'll tell you what I liked about the museum. I like spending the time with my kids. That's what I do.
Cheesy.
No, it's not cheesy. We need to go back to going out. It's been a while, with the pandemic and everything. We haven't been able to go out too much. But
Having an older kid.
no, everything is reopened. So I'm enjoying the day. But I did love the automatons and the music. The player piano at the end was fantastic. Playing Rachmaninoff, that was really, really cool. I'm hungry. Where's our food? I'm hungry. All right, so here's Scott. This is I don't know. What is it?
Burger.
It's a chili burger. We have a Texas burger over there. Oh, here we go.
Thank you.
Willie, you eat today.
I'm always last.
And this is a plain burger to which he's going to add a full cup of ketchup.
No, I'm just gonna have the entire bottle.
The entire bottle. Okay, and here's my salad. So we have cranberries and blue cheese and walnuts and chicken and balsamic vinaigrette. So yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of wood chips, isn't it? Scott, what am I gonna do with all those chips?
No, that's your deal.
You were supposed to give me a partial load. He brought me a full load, which is about 10 yards, 10 cubic yards. So it's really hot in the kitchen. We got to install the air conditioners. I gotta make dinner, and I gotta think about what am I going to do with all those chips. It sounds like I'm gonna have to offer them for free. Somebody's gonna want wood chips, right? Who doesn't want free wood chips? Anyway, tomorrow is going to be a hardiest day for me because I have to move all of those chips. So they are basically going on top of the vegetable garden and all of the flower beds, and I think I'm going to cover the whole back where I have the gravel, because we really resolved the water problem in the back. I no longer have a river going because, you know, 2 additions were built up the road, and the source was moved as a result, which is good for me. So the water is actually skipping my yard now. Hence the reason why I can have a yard finally. So I think I'm going to cover the whole gravel, dry river in the back, like build it up, because it settles anyway. The chips are a little big. But they are a clean tree. It looks like it's an oak tree that was chopped. So what I'm gonna do tomorrow is, as I'm adding the chips to the yard, the bigger chunks I'm going to put in a big paper bag, you know, like a leaf bag, and they're going to be used as kindling wood for next year because it's too young for now. And I know that tomorrow it's going to look horrific. It's going to look like a big pile of beige color, but again, it settles, it turns gray. The first year is not going to look too great. We'll see what happens. I got to make sure I don't have chips around touching my plants because this wood is way too fresh. Next year I'll be fine. I can cover the plants all the way up to the stem. For this year I have to leave it around. Making a salad?
Yeah, to go with dinner.
And what else do you have?
I got the lasagna and the chicken pot pie for the boys.
You have lasagna, chicken pot pie. I'm not having that. I am going to make myself some grilled salmon with spinach. So cooking, here I go. So I'm done for today. I hope you enjoyed the little trip to the museum. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was cool.
It was cool, right?
Yeah.
It was so nice to finally be able to get out of the house and go do something as a family. Because again, as I mentioned, the state reopened at full capacity this weekend. So the road was, you know, crazy. There was a lot of people. Scott is taking out the pot pie and the lasagna. He's gonna go pick up Edward at work, and it's really hot in this kitchen. So that's it for me for today. We're gonna have a late dinner as usual, and then we'll probably watch some TV or whatnot. Put everything in the dishwasher, and then tomorrow I'll do a garden experiment video when you're going to see me haul a what appears to be 10 cubic yard of wood chip, and then I will have to be very clever and creative as to what I'm going to do with those wood chips. Any idea? What am I going to do with chips? It's too much. I asked for a partial load.
Or on bonfire.
No, I can't do that. But I did ask for, you heard me tell him I want a partial load.
You have to remember about these guys is that they bring over what's in the truck.
Yeah, and they just dump it.
They don't care that you only want a little bit. They just bring over what's in the truck.
All right, so be prepared when you order wood chips through that, the free wood chip program, whatever it is, it's called. That's what you get. But did we get that much last time?
Yeah.
I don't remember. And I moved it?
Eventually over time. You didn't do it all at once.
Well, I got to do it all at once. We got to I don't?
No.
Okay then. I don't. Yeah, because I got room for the cars.
What do you mean you got room?
We got room for the 2 cars. Yeah, all right, we're good. It's too hot in this kitchen. I'm out of here. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hey, again, let me know down below if you want me to go check out the Museum of American Indian History in New York City, because I'll gladly go for you guys. It's a fun...
How about the Muter Museum in Philadelphia?
Ooh, the Muter Museum in Philadelphia. Nobody wants to see that. You do not want to see the Muter Museum in Philadelphia. For those of you who do not know, it's the museum of... I don't want them to have to Google it. I'll tell them. It's the Museum of Medical Monstrosity. Why would I want to go see that? It's the stuff of nightmare. I don't want to go see that.
It's the stuff that everybody talked about in college, but nobody did.
He was stationed in Philadelphia, so he knows. You've seen it?
No, no.
You never went?
No.
I never went either. No interest. Alright, so you let me know, and until then, I hope you enjoyed the day. I hope you enjoyed the music and the automatons and the museum. Scott really liked the Lincoln portrait, right? You liked that one.
Yeah, that was
and the Rembrandt was a surprise, even though you couldn't see much because it's all dark.
Surprise, but you know, it was in a dark room, and
right.
It was in a dark room, and it was all dark anyway. That, like, it was a self-portrait, and he was mostly in shadow.
Right, but it was cool to see a Rembrandt.
Sure.
It's one of those, you know, rare occasions. And then the portrait of, I don't know if you've noticed, they had a Mrs. Rockefeller. It was a beautiful portrait. Anyway, as I mentioned, landscape and portraits are my favorite type of paintings, neoclassical, preferably. I like that stuff. Anyway, it was a fun day. Lunch was good. The kids enjoyed it. What else can you ask? A great family day, and I hope you enjoyed it too. I'll talk to you later, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye!
Hey, it's me, and guess what? Click that thumbs up if you really like this video. Thumbs down twice if you didn't. You can also share my video if you really liked it, or save it to watch later. Also, you can subscribe to my channel. But don't forget to click that bell button so you are always notified when I post a new video. Thank you for watching!